We saw the telltale signs when he was doing naughty things like appearing in an SS uniform or, swimming naked, surrounded by 20 other people in a pool in a hotel in Las Vegas.
There's all these rumors going around that, the security and maybe Harry doesn't want to see his family because of this book that's coming out. And I know that Omid Scobie, who's a royal reporter, he said that this upcoming book will not be a burn book, as some would say. I mean, what have you heard about this? And do you think Harry would actually put out a burn book of sorts?
Well, I've always felt that the conduct of both Meghan and Harry all the way through this liberationist campaign has been forthright and candid, but I've never seen it to be disgraceful. I've never seen them to use expletives or rancor in relation to the substance of the emotional sway of the royal family. So I feel that the book won't have a burning mechanism within it, because after all, as I think we may have shared before, Harry's point of view, his perspective has been formulated through 2.5 years of psychotherapy. And one of the essential tenets of psychotherapy is that once we begin to really identify what the crises are that has led to the unstable or unbalanced mental health within ourselves, is that we begin to take full responsibility for crisis equals opportunity for change. So we don't start blaming people or accusing people. Rather, what we do is to seek insight and resolution. So I feel the book will actually be candid, but it won't be excoriating. It won't rip the skin off anybody or burn anybody. There's far too much delicacy going on there. And may I add also an honoring and a respect of the extraordinary function of the British royal family in the nation's estimation, and also, of course, within the intelligence of our global village.
Do you think the royal family is worried about this book at all? Or do you think Harry's had discussions about what he may be divulging in this book?
I'm sure he has, yes. I'm sure he has. If he were to be absolutely outrageous about something, he would always find the parameter of what that outrage is all about. So he may be living through the impetuosity that dear Diana had, but we never saw anything that she did to be callous or gross. She was forthright and she was true and she spoke her heart and her mind, but she was never, ever difficult about, being cruel and being crude about people. Right. And Harry carries the same level of sensitivity. So he can be impetuous, he can be brave, he can be courageous, he can be highly independent, as we see in this liberationist streak that he's developed with his dear wife. But at the same time, I don't see that he would ever be ungracious or rude. So he would always check out parameters.
Yeah, it feels like Harry is definitely taking a page out of Diana's book with, all the liberation, as you say. Yeah. I mean, it's measuring all of the psychological impulses, you see, because it's not just suddenly shooting a force over the brow of the royal family, using heavy emotional ammunition. It's actually about revealing what the truth of his experience was, because after all, from that very, very early age, he just sat on a tremendous amount of restriction. And what happened is it became a very challenging emotional detailing within his own being. As we saw, we saw the telltale signs when he was doing naughty things like appearing in an SS uniform or, swimming naked, surrounded by 20 other people in a pool in a hotel in Las Vegas. I mean, these were all the telltale signs of impetuous behavior, but there was nothing ever disgraceful about it because he always assumed that it was in private. Right.